Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, your practical rebel coach and guide. So, looking forward to what I have to share with you today. I'm so tired I can hardly even think. So I started my second Tony Robbins program yesterday, which is Good Morning Lucy, glad you are here, which is Wealth Mastery. And I was thinking maybe it'd be a little more kind and gentle. Good morning to the other two of you who are popping in. Glad you are here. And all of a sudden, all these messenger messages are popping in. They must have delayed somewhere, and now they're showing up. Never mind, I'm quite distractible, but I'll see if I can keep my focus. Good morning, Carolyn. Thank you for the hearts. Much appreciated. I love the color scheme there, too. It starts with my first one. Good morning, Bobby. Glad you are here. We have an interesting card today, and actually it's from a card deck that you gave me. So it's one of those partial decks where you've handed out cards at a retreat or something. Good morning, Diane. And then said, hey, Bon, you want the remains of these? So it came out of a little bitty half deck that I'm not even sure who it's from, but I think the card is very fitting. But I wanted to give you just a little thumbnail sketch of some of the stuff I learned yesterday, because since I'm doing this and there's tons of information and many of us weren't taught a lot of this stuff, I want to just plant a few seeds over the next several days from what I'm learning, and then we'll jump to our card. But first of all, it went for, good morning, Peggy, glad you are here, almost 14 hours on a Zoom with one 20-minute break. Yep. There were, I think there's 4,000 of us on this call. And I was thinking, since Tony Robbins himself wasn't doing it, good morning, Judy, but it's some of his trainers and they have video clips from him, good morning, Cindy, that it might be a little kinder and gentler, but no, not so much. So, so yeah, almost 14 hours. So I'm a little hungover. And we'll see, we've got 3 more days to go, but I'm learning amazing things. And what I want to share with you from that, well, there's 2 things I want to share with you from that. And the first one is, I think it's helpful. We all know abstractly that compounding interest is a wonderful thing, right? And if we had a little bit of forethought and planning when we were young, we started putting a little money aside to complement our 401k and Social Security. Many of us did not. Some of us did. But one of the things that I hear, because I when I'm working with clients, I talk about their money stuff. It's part of who they are, etc. And a lot of us have a lot of mistaken beliefs about money that really get in the way of being responsible for our money, fiscally responsible. So one of those things that I hear over and over and over again from younger people is, and then the lament from older people is, I didn't start setting aside a little bit because I wasn't making very much. I didn't think I had much to set aside. So I was going to wait until I started making some decent money and then I would set it aside. Bad choice. Bad choice. Because you don't develop the habit. You never quite get around to it. If you do it, it's kind of sketchy. And yes, Lucy started at 19. Absolutely. Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome. And I think I talked previously about the 2 young men. Let me think here. Young man. No, I'm going to do the golf one. But the 2 young men, one started at 19 and quit saving at 27 and invested a small, it was like 28,000 over the course of those years. The other guy started at 27, continued all the way through to 65, putting in the same amount of money per month, but over the long haul, much more money, over $100,000. When you get to retirement age, the kid who started at 19 and quit at 27 has more money because of compound interest than the guy who started at 27 and quit at 65. Blink, blink, blink. Yeah. So this one, uses a game of golf as the way to look at what compound interest can do for you. So the bet is at every hole, we're going to double what the bet is. Okay? Yes, always pay yourself first. Yes, yes, yes. And most of us violate that. So they start with a 10-cent bet on the first hole. And every hole, it doubles. So the second hole is 20 cents, then 40 cents, then 80 cents. You're already to hole number 5 and you only have $1.60. So you're thinking, this isn't paying off. Why bother with this? This doesn't make sense. I'm never going to get anywhere, yada, yada, yada. By the time you're up to the 12th hole, you've only got $204.80. Watch what happens. 409.60, 819.20, 1,638, 3,276, 6,553. The 18th hole, $13,107.20. And don't leave off that 20 cents. It's important. So in the beginning, it doesn't look like much is happening, right? It's kind of like planting a seed. It's under the dirt. You don't see anything. It looks like nothing's happening, right? You wait long enough. You tend to it long enough, and amazing things happen. And so some of you are probably saying, oh my God, I'm 60 and I haven't done anything. Start now. Start now. If you've got 20 years to put money in, that's 20 years of compounding interest. Let it work for you, all right? And again, you don't have to put in a huge amount. We started here with 10 cents and just doubled. Now, obviously, compound interest isn't going to double, but it's going to make a big difference at the end, right? So that was a nice example reiterating for me. Yes, it makes sense, even though monthly the amount may not be huge over the long haul. Yes, start now. Start now. If not now, when? If not you, who? All right. The other thing I wanted to share, it got to be about 9 o'clock last night, and the person who's running it said, and now we have a speaker. And I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? At this, I'm glazed over. I am done. I'm toast. Stick a fork in me. Well, this man came out, and I was riveted the whole time he was talking. He was amazing. He was amazing. His name was John Dornbus. He's a magician. That's what he labels himself now, a magician. He is actually a former NFL player. He is a masterful speaker, and I would call him a wise sage, a very wise sage. So his life story is his dad killed his mom when he was 15. He ended up testifying against his dad. His dad, who was his idol, got sent to prison. He and his younger sister were adopted by his mom's sister. He talked about the lessons he learned from various coaches in football over time and how they applied. But as he's telling his story, he's doing so with decks of cards and amazing things that he was doing. So he played, I think, 13 years for the Eagles, and then was sent to the New Orleans Saints, but never ended up playing because they discovered he had an aortic aneurysm. Thank God it hadn't burst, but that was the end of his football career. So then he is doing this magician thing. But his life story, his book is called Life is Magic. And basically his gist is your biography does not dictate your destiny. It's Dornbus. I think it's Dorenbus. John is his first name. You know him. Amazing man. Amazing man. And funny. So when you convey information with humor, oftentimes it sinks in much deeper. His life story, just amazing. So if you haven't heard of him, maybe he's got some YouTube stuff out there, I'm not sure. The little clip that he did for this thing, I think, is probably proprietary to Tony Robbins' organization, but I'm sure he gives a similar talk elsewhere. So that was fabulous. It was fabulous. So our little card for today from that little sorry half deck is Clairsentience. Clairsentience. So sentience is kind of that sense of knowing, all right? This is Archangel Raguel, Raguel, Raguel. Notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. That's kind of okay, what is your intuition telling you? What is your gut telling you? It's all divine, right? It's all divine. So good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. So again, when we're quiet and we're still and we tune in, we pick up all kinds of things we would otherwise miss when we're rushing through life. It's that paying attention to the signals. We don't want to keep walking past. Cindy found something. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you. Take a few minutes. I'm not sure how long that little clip is. Take a few minutes and learn from this magnificent man. Oh my God, how he presents his humor, his timing, he was amazing, absolutely amazing. And now he's got a little girl, and he and his wife have a little girl, and so the end was her pointing to a Mr. Potato Head and saying, "Daddy." It was very cute. So, your sense of knowing. Please don't underestimate your sense of knowing. That inner guidance that we all have is so important, so important. And if we conducted our lives based on that and based on what Mother Earth was telling us, we'd be in a whole lot better place than we are right now, right? So let's soak some. When we do the native spirit cards, oftentimes there's things in there that reference us back to Mother Nature for guidance. Between heeding the guidance of Mother Nature and heeding the guidance of the wisdom of the universe, we'd be in a fabulous place. Let's start listening more deeply. Let's start listening more deeply. So I'm going to jump off so I actually have time to get the dog outside and get some breakfast before we do day 2. But hopefully I'll have something else fun to share with you tomorrow to get you thinking, etc. But have an awesome day. And pay attention to what's going on within you. Listen to your body. See what it has to tell you. Listen to nature. See what it has to tell you. Good morning, Anne. We're just about done, but I'll post it right away so you can go back and watch it if you would like to. Listen to the universe. There's guidance all around us if we pay attention. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.